and welcome back to the channel. 2016. Today we're gonna talk about 2016. Can't believe it's 2026. I'm gonna start off with that. I was planning on having this up by the 1st of January, but obviously that didn't happen. But it's fine, it's still January and this is still gonna be up as soon as I can. God, there seems to be a trend going on about how 2026 is the new 2016. People have been talking about this. Influencers, celebrities, normal people have been posting their 2016 throwbacks. It just makes me so happy. It makes me so excited to film this video. So today we're gonna talk about 2016 fashion. What was going on in 2016, how people used to dress, songs that used to be popular, etc. When I think about 2016, I think the first thing that comes to mind are definitely the Snapchat filters. I feel like that app definitely used to have a chokehold on us. I think at a certain point it was probably more popular than Instagram, which is crazy because I feel like Snapchat, I mean, people still kind of use it, but at the same time it's not as big as it used to be. It's definitely not what it was. I don't think I have a lot of high school memories without these freaking filters on my pictures. Is this what I'm gonna be showing my kids? Probably. Another thing about 2016, I don't know if a lot of people remember this, but Adidas used to have a grip on everyone. I never owned Adidas Superstars because I didn't really have money of my own. I wasn't working. I was 16 at the time, but I remember back in high school, everyone owned this. Kind of was the uniform at the time. Those freaking shoes were everywhere. And I feel like now that it's 2026, these shoes definitely look so dated. Adidas sweatshirts as well, everyone was wearing that. I think for a bit Nike kind of fell off. Not a lot of people were wearing Nike. Something else that was popular this year were the off-the-shoulder tops. I used to own something very similar to what Miranda Kerr was wearing here. Off-the-shoulder tops, a little choker. That was kind of it back in 2016. I'm not sure if it started in 2015. I feel like this is kind of the remnants from the Tumblr era. I feel like by 2017, 2018, this wasn't really going on anymore. But during 2016, this was very popular. I definitely was using that. Something else that was super popular were green bombers. Green bomber jackets paired up with ripped skinny jeans. Everyone was using that. The next thing that I want to mention is definitely the Kylie lip kits. I don't think I ever owned one of this. It used to be so difficult to get your hands in this because they will sell out so fast. Also, if we talk about makeup, oh my god, makeup was such a big crazy thing back in 2016. It kind of was the more the better, and I feel like now is the less the better, which I'm very happy about if I'm being completely honest. But back then makeup used to be so heavy. Back in 2016 it was all about matte lips, so lips used to be very dry. I don't think it was a great look, but at the same time, I don't know, people loved it and people seem to be very nostalgic about it. The next thing I want to talk about, well, skinny jeans. I've talked about skinny jeans being so big during the 2010s. The skinny jeans that we were using were very skinny. I remember my legs could barely breathe. I would be sitting in high school and it would be so uncomfortable, but everyone was wearing them. And it was everything you could find at the stores. Mom jeans, baggy jeans, you couldn't really find them back then unless you went thrifting. Back in 2016, thrifting was not something a lot of people talked about. I can definitely see them coming back during the 2030s. Young people are gonna be wearing that. The next thing that I want to talk about are lace tops. Lace used to be popular back in 2016, and I think something a lot of people used to wear was like a white t-shirt and then a white t-shirt and then a lace top on top of that. Very 90s. I think it was kind of a Rachel Green, Winona Ryder reference to it. That used to be super popular as well, lace everything. Oh, something else that also happened. Kendall wore this white shirt and then a bralette on top of that. Keep in mind, bralettes kind of became popular in 2015 and 2016, but people were used to, I mean, we used to wear bralettes under our shirts, and she wore it on top of her shirt, and 15-year-old me was like, oh my god, what the fuck? That was kind of like the craziest thing I've ever seen, which sounds kind of stupid, but at the time I was like, I can't believe she did that. Like, what is she doing? I never actually worried myself just because I felt like I was so young and I was in high school and I was not gonna do that. But I remember thinking it was like so out there and so crazy. And if we compare this with 2020 fashion, this is nothing iconic at the time, but very bland if we compare it to what we've seen in fashion during the last couple of years. After she did that, a lot of brands started coming out with their own white shirt and then bralette on top of it. Another brand that kind of had a moment in 2016 and 2017 was Trasher. I don't know what it was about it. Everyone was using this. There used to be this YouTuber that my sister and I used to like. I think her name used to be Mel Joy. She kind of disappeared from the face of the planet. She used to use Trasher a lot. I don't know, many people started using this. It was kind of a thing as well. Ripped jeans, this was super popular as well. I feel like now in the 2020s, people haven't really been wearing ripped jeans. I don't think I own ripped jeans. But back then it was like such a big thing. Grandmas are probably so happy all over the world that ripped jeans are not a thing anymore. Brown sunglasses, kind of this retro John Lennon vibe. That used to be a thing as well. I think I used to own a couple of them. Athleisure. Athleisure became so popular during the late 2010s. I think that's when people started wearing a lot of that. Just out and about to run errands, go for brunch, just gym clothes. Even if you weren't going to the gym, you were wearing gym clothes. Okay, the next thing that was very, very popular was velvet. Ugh, I don't like this. This was definitely a 90s thing, a 90s revival. Dresses, bodysuits, boots, like knee-high boots, knee-high velvet boots. I don't really like the look of this, but it was such a thing back then. Bodysuits, not just bodysuits, but also bodysuits that were opened at the front and then tied up with like strings. That's the best explanation I can come up with. They were super popular back then as well. Hailey Bieber was wearing that. Oh, and also during 2016, wearing your hair in these specific braids. I can't remember the name of them. They were super popular as well. And lastly, Justin Bieber. Oh my god, the sun just left. Getting sun in Spain during January is not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. Justin Bieber Purpose Sure. I think it ended in 2016. I went to the Monterrey, Mexico concert. It was so good. It was so good. He played a little bit of Yellow Raincoat, which has to be my favorite Justin Bieber song of all time. Okay, that's such a big statement. Maybe it's not, but I love it. Oh god, it was just such a good concert. This used to be everywhere. I think this was his biggest tour ever. I think he canceled it at some point. But yeah, and then also this friend group. They were super popular, kind of the it girls at the time. I mean, I grew up on them. David Bowie passed away that year. I'm a huge fan of David Bowie. I literally listen to his music a lot. My dog is named after him, so that was so sad. I do wish I mean, I love being the age that I am in 2026, but I do wish I could have gone to a David Bowie concert. My mom was a Prince girl. He also passed away that year. Oh, it was also the first season of Stranger Things. Oh my god, I remember watching this with my dad. I used to live with my dad back then. It was just my dad and I. I was in middle school, high school, and we watched the first season of Stranger Things. I think my dad was the one who introduced me to that. He was like, oh, I've been watching this new series. It's so good. You should watch it. It's like very 80s. It reminds me of my childhood and whatever. And yeah, and it's crazy that we just got the final episode like 2 weeks ago, 10 years later. Insane. Some songs that were popular that I kind of remember are... Oh, by the way, when I was in high school, we used to have 45-minute classes, and then we used to get 10-minute breaks between each class, so we could get to the other class. We would always get music on the hallways. I couldn't go from one class to another without listening to Let Me Love You by Justin Bieber, something Selena Gomez related, We Don't Talk Anymore, Lean On, Lush Life by Sarah Larsson, that was so good as well, How Deep Is Your Love, Cold Water by Justin Bieber, Closer by Halsey and the Chainsmokers, oh, Starboy by The Weeknd, One Dance by Drake, Love Yourself by Justin Bieber. I mean, that album came out in 2015, but I think that's where I'm gonna end this video. I hope you guys went down memory lane with me. I hope the pictures took you back to that year. Definitely check out my other versions of this little series. I have videos on 2015, 2014, and 2013. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll be posting more fashion videos eventually. Oh my god, I'm going to Paris as well. I'm so excited. I'm gonna be in Paris. I'm definitely gonna vlog that. I'm trying to come up with a Madrid vlog from like my first semester. If I'm gonna be honest, it was kind of a tough time for me and I was like all over the place, so I'm trying to work on that. But yeah, I just had to take some time off for my mental health. I really needed this time for myself. But yeah, and if you're not a subscriber, definitely subscribe. I'm gonna be posting more things. Definitely look up that series. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. It's probably gonna be a vlog, hopefully.